pretty solid job by our guys coming out handling business. Really efficient by the offense, scoring on every drive. Our defense did a really good job too, although that their team was obviously trying to snap the ball with a low count on the shot clock to try to limit the number of possessions that we had. And once we played the ones in the second half of the first drive, I felt it was a good time to work on developing the other half of our roster. And lots of guys got their first opportunities or their second, and so opportunities to get significant playing time and play within our system. So a lot of positives, a lot of things to fix, a lot of things to get better at. So questions, please.
Tim Reynolds.
Mario, just how important is it to get out of a game, one like this clean, two, I know Wesley had the targeting on the first possession, but otherwise there wasn't a lot of flags, there wasn't a lot of drops, mistakes, mentals. Just how important is it to get through a game like this with everyone doing their job?
No doubt, and that was a focus, right? The focus on us and us getting better. And if you really focus on that, routine plays turn into highlight plays. And if you get off of that, if you're trying to make a play instead of doing their job, that's when things go sideways. And actually, their big plays were the result of us trying to make a play instead of doing our job. So, but we came out clean for the most part. And you still have to play your guys. You got to come to these games full throttle, and our guys did a good job while they were in there. And they granted us the opportunity for the other guys to play as well. So we got the best of both worlds out of it.
One quick follow. Carson started 15 for 15. Nobody here's ever done that. Vinny's record was 14 in a row 39 years ago, and Carson broke it tonight. Okay. I know you've spoken very highly of him from day one. Just for him to have that kind of rhythm early, how good is that?
He keeps getting better and better. I mean, he every practice, every week, there's just continued growth, development, and really you see a growth in the appetite for more. He just wants to get better. He wants Miami to get better. He wants Miami to win, and he's all about team. So all in all, just awesome progress.
Jordan McPherson.
Mario, on the resurgence game, and specifically Bryce Fitzgerald getting the interception, and in the fourth quarter, he's a guy who didn't get to come until the summer, but to see him making impacts today, he got in some time in their game, to be able to see him be able to step up as quickly as he did, just what stands out about him?
I mean, just about everything. He's smart, he's tough, he's athletic, he's ridiculously gifted, and he's a great human being. He's all about his teammates. He wants to do well. Got a tremendous knack for being around the football. His cover skills are excellent. He's a great tackler, and he's not a little guy. He's a big guy. He's 6'1" plus, and he's close to 200 pounds. So he's a guy that he's learned our systems, picked them up really well, and actually a couple different positions. And so you're going to see him more and more.
Gary Farmer.
Hey Mario, I know it was just a quarter and a half, but how important was it to get Emery back on the football field playing productive football in a rhythm?
Really important. I mean, I think everyone that played tonight, it's really important. The season is long, and if your roster is really going to develop, you have to get him some time, both in practice and in opportunities like this. Emery's a really good player, and it was good for him to get out there and just kind of shake off some of that dust from a year ago, because we have a lot of faith and confidence in him. He showed it, and just really proud of him.
Coach, go to Adam in the Sun Sentinel.
Mario, with Mark Fletcher kind of just like chugging along the last two games, he didn't break off any huge runs, but he had consistent, solid runs. Just how important is that, kind of for him to keep you guys ahead of the chains and stuff?
I mean, averaging almost 8 yards a carry, very physical runner, really good in pass protection, tremendous leader. I think all those guys just did a really good job. Him, Marty Brown, I know Chris Wheatley, Humphrey. All those guys got some really, really good hits. And Mark and Marty started us off for the game. And I mean, we feel like we have multiple starters back there. But to your question as for Mark, you can't say enough great things about him.
Coach,
He epitomizes a leader.
Sorry. Going back to Daryl Streeter.
Coach, how you doing? Saw Wesley in regular clothes and didn't see Josiah Trader. Can you tell us a little bit about both of those guys?
Which ones?
Wesley and Josiah.
Wesley was ejected in the first quarter, right? JoJo got banged up late in the week, so he was a no-go for the game.
Rudy?
Coach, Malachi Tony continues to shine. I mean, there was a catch he made where he just shook the Bethune defensive players. Talk about his performance and the continued progression of his game.
I think you're seeing what we see every day in practice, and it goes back to his professionalism. We all know he's ultra talented. I think a lot of us have seen him play since he was knee high, throughout his entire youth career and high school career. But what people don't see, that he is as diligent and as hard of a worker as you could want in that room at such a young age. He's a great example for everybody, old and young, in that building.
I got one more also. Gino Toretta compared him to Kevin Williams this past week. Did you see the comparison for Kevin Williams and Malachi Tony back in the day?
You know, one thing, I stay away from comparisons, you know, because for guys, we don't want the next Kevin Williams. I love K-Dubs. He's a brother to me, but we want the first Malachi Tony, and he's doing a really good job establishing himself as that.
We'll do a couple more. Coach, go to Brian London.
Coach, obviously you lost some great talent on the wide receiving core after last year, but it seems like, at least early on, that this group is really special and doing some good things. Just talk about this group as a whole.
Talented guys that work really, really hard. They are as tight-knit of a receiver group, which is not super common all the time, right? I mean, these guys just, they hang together, they work together, they work on the details of the game. So besides being really talented, they have great leadership. I think it starts with C.J. Daniels and the way he has taken a leadership role in that room. Keelan does a lot of that stuff as well, and they just, you know, guys like Ray, I mean, there's just a lot of really experienced guys that know the processes and the regimen that it takes to be successful on Saturday. So they've had a significant impact on the other guys, and they're making plays as they come to them. Notice they're not trying to play out of scheme. They're not trying to do something that's out of what is asked of them to put us in a pinch. They're making the plays that come to them, and when they do have an opportunity, they're making it count.
Coach, we'll wrap it there. Thank you.
It's good.
Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you very much.